Number 99 got it done just in time.
Yeah, you
class.
did. Here we go. Gate is down, 250B. Moto number 1 firing into the first corner. Stasic hole shot looks like it is going to go to the 45 machine. That is going to be Hayes Edward, looking like he got through that first corner first.
I mean, there are so many good guys here. Kawasaki
inside. Big crash coming into that second turn. That's the 26 rider going down, Logan Best.
Cochran challenging immediately for the lead. He's got the 20 right there with him. The 27 of Janik, the whole Team Green squadron in that mix of top 10 guys there. There's the 30 of Adams. You can see him on the screen. The 27 of Janik's in there as well. But Cochran trying to make this pass, get it done.
Yeah, it is still Hayes Edward leading us into Storyland. And like you said, Cochran right behind him. The 20 of Aiden Kiefer also with a good start. He's up in third early on as we head everybody going back into Storyland, jockeying for those early positions. Kiefer on the outside rails that corner. 27 of Christian Janik up here trying to move into fourth around the outside of the 37 ride. That's Landon Peppard.
I believe some of those guys wearing the Joe Shimoda signature design gear from Fox. He told us all about that, got to design that. There's the pass, a nicely designed pass by Casey Cochran. Kiefer trying to keep pace. That is a torrid pace early in this moto. There are so many good guys in this thing. That's Wyndham's guy, Landon Peppard. Only makes sense, the Alaska Bushman down there training with Kevin Wyndham. Kiefer now putting the pressure on Hayes. On the inside, the panic revs are everywhere.
Jumps across, does Aiden Kiefer to make that pass.
Adams and his teammates side by side. Sorry about that, Kellen.
You're fine. So coming down to complete lap number 1, Casey Cochran is leading on the 66. It's Aiden Kiefer in second. Hayes Edwards, who got that hole shot, is in third. Landon Peppard fourth with Christian Janik rounding out the top 5. Drew Adams sixth. Rodrigo Borges seventh with Casey J. Bernard in 8th, Dylan Blecka in 9th, and Nate Freehill rounding out our top 10.
It's like 4 of the top 10 riders, Team Green riders there. So Ryan Holiday going to break open that wallet and pay some contingency in this bad boy right here. Cochran, though, wants the most money of them all on that Husqvarna, the 66. Kiefer in that number 2 spot. Hayes Edwards fighting off a Yamaha, or excuse me, Peppard there right with him. They go into the 10 Commandments. And Janik is now working side by side alongside Landon Peppard.
Yeah, Peppard trying to shut the door, just is going to get his nose in there before Janik is able to make the pass up the inside. They're all over Hayes Edwards for this 3 spot. And then also coming into the picture, Drew Adams is trying to make his way around Janik as he gets to the outside. Might have actually made that pass coming to the inside as we head into Storyline. Oh, Hayes Edwards down.
Edwards is down. Everybody has to adjust their lines. You're right. He's trying to pick the bike up. Woo, loses about 5 spots. So Hayes Edwards, your early race leader, hits the deck.
Picks it up. Looks like he maybe lost about 8 or 9 positions in the process.
Aiden Kiefer now is by himself now.
Drew Adams has passed both Peppard and Janik to get into third around all that chaos with Edwards going down. So Adams on the 30 has found his way all the way up to P3 as they go through the sand.
He's got Landon Peppard locked in on him, and Janik is trying to ruin his day and make a pass here as well. So the KTM rider in a Kawasaki sandwich. Doesn't taste very good, I'm sure.
Tastes like Tennessee soil, I'm assuming.
There it is.
It's turned green.
There it is. Turn that mic on.
Turned green. I did. Is it on?
Yeah, there you go.
We're good. We're good. We got a little power. Not quite the same level. Yeah, you're not kidding how many Kawasaki riders are up in this battle, but it's Aiden Kiefer who's ahead of them all right now in second behind Cochran. But watch out for Drew Adams and Christian Janik moving forward over that tunnel of love. No love lost here between the teammates. And Casey Cochran, what a year he has going. He won the Supercross.
Pepper down.
Pepper goes down.
Those ruts behind the billboards got him.
So if you're watching at home, we do color the number plates to kind of help you out with what classes you're watching. I don't know if we necessarily need to do that anymore. We all kind of know. We got it up on the screen. But yellow are typically B riders. Black are C riders and sometimes vet riders, I think.
And most of the times the vet classes have white number plate backgrounds, unless you're Barry Karsten and you're number
Black.
28 and you said, I'll just borrow my son's black 281 plate and then put black tape over the 1 and then I get to have a number 28 without buying any graphics.
Barry gets an exemption.
Yes.
Just how it is.
That's because he didn't want to buy new graphics for Loretta's, because why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Cost extra money, man.
Yes. Dude, he's in 50-plus class with black it out.
So we got Aiden Kiefer leading a bit of a Cowie train right now, going through Storyland right now. He's got Drew Adams trying to sneak up behind him. Christian Janik is trying to stay close. They are all still chasing our race leader, Casey Cochran. Cochran clocked in at a 1:55.
Yeah, that's impressive.
First time by.
And a great battle between the Kawasaki teammates. Now Adams and the number 20 of Kiefer. Adams going to sit there behind him. It's probably going to play as nice as he could with anyone since they are both on the same color machine. But Adams has a job to do, as does Kiefer.
Yeah, Kiefer took a little peek over his shoulder just to see who was back there. I think he realizes it's the 30 of Adams now, and Adams is going to try this inside in the sand sweeper. Kiefer hopping around the outside is going to control the inside in this next corner, but Adams might just use the long line to make the pass anyway.
Yep, there it is.
Through the middle line, and it looks like Drew Adams has got that pass up into second place.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He was setting it up in that left-hander to go around him on the outside. Kiefer will slip back to third. Adams, I mean, a 155 is what Casey Cochran's turned the lap before. He turns a 156 that time's around. That is absolutely scooting.
Now Christian Janik going to be right on Kiefer, so Kiefer has to deal with two green machines along with the one that he's on dancing around underneath of him. And Janik is putting that pressure on now from fourth.
Oh, Janik down to the inside on Kiefer. Good job by Kiefer to hold on to third. How long can he do it as we're into this long short shoot before the Comedic corner in the 10 Commandments? So Peppard is back to fifth after picking the bike up. Can he get back in this battle? Casey Bernard, Rodrigo Borges, seventh. Enzo Temmerman, Dylan Blecka, and Hayes Edwards, your whole shot rider, is now back to 10th after a tip over of his own.
Janik just went down on the inside right there.
So Kiefer got bailed out. Looked like Yannick was trying to set up the pass a couple times. Not going to happen.
Peppard
Having a tough
by.
time getting the bike started. Yeah, Peppard's gone by.
Not starting, got his hand up.
Enzo Temmerman has gone by.
Oh, there
no.
it is. He lost about 5 or 6 spots. Should have just popped right back up. There is the 30, trying to match the pace. It's Drew Adams of Casey Cochran. Good luck, man. I mean, he's turned that 155. 9 seconds out front. He's got to deal with Kiefer. I keep seeing in the frame there.
Yeah, Aiden Kiefer's not letting him go. Keeping him as close and honest as he possibly can. Maybe trying to learn a few lines as well that Adams used to take advantage of him and make the pass. Oh, Kiefer with that rear tire sliding and putting the foot down. But using those long legs to stand all the way through.
Still sending it over this big double. Cochran now comes across the finish line with 12 minutes to go as we continue to watch Drew Adams. The Chattanooga kid, he goes back home during lunch, grabs some dinner with Grandma.
The Chattanooga Shoot True.
There it is.
And yeah, it's funny. Adams caught him pretty quick, passed him pretty quick, but Kiefer's latched on. And now with the crashes of both Peppard and Janik, you can see how big a lead they have. But Casey Cochran, what a year he's working on. He won the Supercross Futures title. He won the Combine at Redbud. And now he's looking to do some damage in the B classes here at Loretta's. Did it on a 125 here in the past.
Doubling into that little no double section. That was Enzo Timmerman, who was outside of the top 10. Janik now trying to battle his way back in the mix there. The 75 of Casey Bernard. So Cochran's turned a 155 and then a pair of 156 in a row. That is consistent and fast.
Yeah, got himself a 10-second lead because of that as well. And yeah, you're right, Temmerman, he was outside the top 10. He's made it all the way to 5th. It's only about 4 seconds behind Landon Peppard. And then, like you said, Bernard, Blecka, Janik, we're watching this battle still as Janik's trying to get into the mix again. It's right there behind the 75 of Bernard. So he got around Blecka, did Christian Janik, and he's back into 7th. But this battle's still pretty tight outside of the top 5.
Malcolm Stewart with some insight there. Jason White.
We got Casey Cochran out front. His teammate Malcolm Stewart of Rockstar Husky up here in the booth with us. I asked you if he's part of the Mike Brown program. You said he's basically on the same program you are.
Oh, he's on the same program as everybody else but me right now because I ain't riding. But Cochran's definitely fit enough. He's out there doing 30+2 just as he was going to the race outdoor national. So hey, I ain't gonna lie, that kid got it, man. Like I said, he'll put it to him on the practice day someday. So he's capable of going out there and do a pro national all day.
Like he'll duel like RJ and guys like that.
Oh, my guy go out there in top 10. Casey would go out there in top 10. I'm backing that up 100%.
But what about Brownie? Could Brownie go out in top 10 at national?
Oh, Brownie's going 1-1. What you mean?
All right, there we go. With a broken front wheel. So there you go, some insight. Thanks, Malcolm. And yeah, the full pro program for Casey Cochran is allowing him to pull away to 13 seconds, the gap over Drew Adams, who I believe rides actually where the Lawrence brothers at the Dog Pound. I believe that's where Drew Adams does his work. So you're at this level. That shows you the program the B riders are on these days.
Jeez.
And that's what's power those two, first and second, as you watch Cochran into the 10 Commandments. And I like how it's been a slow build. I mean, Cochran has been a contender here at Loretta's for a long time, but there is no rushing the program. 125, then B. You know, maybe we see him as a pro in the Nationals next year, but I don't even think that's necessarily locked in. But he's definitely developing into one heck of a racer, and you can see it right now with the 13-second lead. Cochran out of Florida, getting away. Kiefer holding strong. See if Peppard can close the gap. Peppard made about 4 seconds on Kiefer the last time around, and he's got 4 more seconds to make up before he gets there. We might have a podium battle.
17 years old, that's what Casey brings to the table. So like you said, there's no rush. He'll probably be 18, no big deal. His mom and dad met on the deck of an aircraft carrier. She was a mechanic, he was a pilot.
So good.
Flipped his number to her and gave her the salute and took off.
Wow.
That's straight from Doug. Doug told me that. And Amy's like, that ain't how it happened, but whatever, Doug.
He says it. Okay.
Yeah, that's why, you know, like Top Gun style. Like, flipped her a card and said, salute.
Started.
Yeah, started.
Yep.
Tom Cruise was right beside him, used his wingman. It was not. Amy goes, it wasn't like that. She did tell me that one time she did a top end on where the video phone camera deal. She goes, just point that. Doug's telling her how to do the whole top end on his Suzuki back in the day. She replaced the whole deal with Doug on the phone. So that's how gnarly she is, man. She whatever it takes.
Yeah, we were pitted next to her. We were racing Daytona, my son and I, and she was just laughing at how horrible. I mean, she knows what she's doing. You don't know what you're doing. Great comedy for her compared to what they've been through to get to this level. Look at this, Peppard, and is that Janik or is that?
I believe that's Temmerman. Yeah,
it's Temmerman on that 81.
Dang, he's come all the way outside the top 10 to 5th.
Well, he's running 157, similar to what Cochran's doing out front.
Traffic.
So he is absolutely flying. Finally to that rear tire of Peppard, and Peppard himself is still trying to catch Aiden Kiefer in front of him. So this is turning into a bit of a 3-rider battle in a hurry.
Peppard is exhausted from picking the motorcycle up. He's had a wild race for sure.
And one other shout out, Logan Best is up to 10th. He
was
crashed
way back.
the second turn and was last. So he's gone from last to 10th.
And if you're using Daniel Blair's math, he was in 80th place.
That's how bad it was. He actually was in last on the previous class start.
Oh, side by side through the Commandments. Temmerman down the inside of Peppard. Looks like he's going to make that pass stick into 4th. Oh, Kiefer dragging a foot through that corner again.
Ooh, so is Peppard. I think it's easy to do that.
They are all over Kiefer right now. He's in for a ride because this Peppard and Temmerman battle, as you called it, Kellen, they've drawn themselves all the way up to the 3rd place rider, and that's Moto medal territory. You know they want it. There's still 7 minutes to go in this Moto.
Yeah, a lot of time left for these guys to either make those passes or for one of them to even get a little bit tired and start having to deal with pressure from behind, like we're seeing Kiefer just having a load of problems behind him. Here comes Temmerman. He's going to get around Kiefer, and Peppard looks like he's trying to follow right through as well.
Into the sand wash. Oh, Kiefer's hanging on now. Temmerman has already made that pass, as you said. Here is Peppard trying to get Kiefer for 4th.
Ooh. Little slide to the rear end there for Landon Peppard, putting the power down on that gas.
Peppard's gnarly too, man.
Whoa, look at a little flare kick out there for Temmerman. He's having some fun styling it while also flying around this racetrack.
I think he might have made the pass on the inside. He did. For the moment anyway. See if Aiden Kiefer can fight back. That is hard. You can't just dig in. You will endo your brains out right there if you go super fast there.
So Peppard has done it. He's taken over 4th from Kiefer, who's been pushed back to 5th. He was running 3rd. Temmerman around, Peppard around, Kiefer 5th. Kristen Janik, who crashed earlier, is 6th. Edward 7th, Bernard 8th. Logan Best now 9th after a first lap crash.
Impressive.
Yeah, that's a heck of a charge from Best, who's an up-and-coming Yamaha rider. And into this long front straightaway we go. Can Peppard get another shot at Temmerman for a podium?
Wow, that would be impressive. After crashing, he is known for hunting down big game, if you will, from Alaska, and that's what he's talked about. No guns, he just tackles big elk, brings them down to the ground.
Oh, no, Kiefer.
No, he's down.
Oh.
Kiefer goes down, and a few guys have hit the deck in this moto.
It's like he didn't lose a position, I don't think. Janik was 17 seconds behind him, so I think Kiefer stays 5th there, but he will have less of a gap over Janik than he had. Looks like it's gone down to about maybe 8 seconds or so as we go into the commandments. So we're working down the time here. Less than 5 minutes left in this race. Cochran, Adams, Temmerman, Peppard, and still Kiefer there ahead of Janik. Temmerman ran a 1:57.7 last lap by fastest rider on the track. And I'm sure he's kicking himself at this point because his times are very comparable to what Cochran was doing earlier in the race. But Temmerman, he was well down the order. He had to make a charge forward.
Still following along Kevin when that's one of Kevin Windham's star pupils there, Landon Peppard. Kevin having to look over your shoulder. Very intimidating. He just cruises up behind you quietly. Feel the breath of Kevin Windham. Smells like championship breath.
Pepper. They
smells like
sprinkle
pepper.
a little bit of that peppered on there. Make sure he's nice and spiced up for the ranch.
The chef following along on top there. Kevin Windham piloting our drone as well.
Oh, you're hoping for a Levi Kitchen, Landon Peppard battle. Put all that together.
Love that, yeah. There it is.
Yep, there's Temmerman.
Jumping and doubling into a flat straightaway this morning. It's now a whooped out rhythm section.
Oh, that's really become, and look at that wheeling over those bumps. That's really become the hot trick that everybody's doing now. Who can hop these bumps better than the others? Like, yeah, but you know, it's cool to hop the braking bumps, but by the way, at some point you actually do have to slow down for the corner. Look at the balance there of Temmerman in those ruts to just get the bike into that corner and hop some more bumps. And look,
he's got a shot, man.
Yeah, he's catching Adams. He just caught him by 2.5 seconds that last lap alone, and the gap is only 3.9 seconds. So, even tire tapping there through the commandments. So he's even finding new ways to get around this racetrack, as it is brutal out there with all those ruts and rough everywhere.
There you go. You pan back and you can see Adams just at the top of the frame there. And Temmerman going to fight for this one. I believe 2-lap board is out, so might take this one down to the stripe with that battle for the number 2 spot. A couple of teammates, Drew Adams, Enzo Temmerman. Yeah, there is the 30 of Adams.
He's dealing with a little bit of lap traffic that might have held him up, but now, of course, Temmerman is going to have to deal with that same group. 3 riders in a line right there. So Adams might be a little bit safer here just because he's gotten through those guys, and Temmerman himself is going to have to find his way through.
So you got to figure Casey Cochran moves up, Adams goes up. A few of these guys will all go up, and I mean, he has to be a favorite next year going into our pro sport classes. 19 seconds ahead, but we've got a year for all this stuff. That's amazing what a year can do. Cochran has really gotten his program dialed in, training with Mike Brown and the boys. 1 more lap to go. White flag is out, and Casey Cochran has got this one on ice. We'll see how the rest of it goes.
Yeah, and for Cochran, you have to remember he is your current Supercross Futures champion, so he's got the skill set both indoors and out, and clearly carrying a lot of momentum this year from winning that title, winning the Combine at Redbud earlier this year, and just rolling right into this week with a tremendous first moto here, making it look pretty easy so far, setting himself up for potentially a really, really good week here at the ranch.
Trying to track down Enzo Temmerman and Drew Adams, see what that race looks like.
Yeah, it looks like
Temmerman a little bit slower that time.
Yeah.
5 seconds to deficit now.
Not so much. It looks like Temmerman had more mistakes than it was Adams responding. Adams did do a 2.2, so he was able to keep that gap steady, but it does seem like that lap traffic helped. He's going to run into some more, though, Drew Adams. There's a group of 5 or so as they're going into Storyland that he's behind right now. And then Temmerman's just trying to get as close as he possibly can on this last lap here, maybe make a late pass.
And there is Cochran taking a look around. Take a breath now, bro. You've earned it. 19 seconds. He's all business, though. First time I ever interviewed that kid when he was like 6 years old. He cried. He would not go to it was a tiny little race back in Illinois at Indian Hills, I believe. Wouldn't even talk to me. Still won't talk to me. I don't know what happened, but just does not like me. It's like a dog. He's got good intuition. One more time around the beach before he can actually take the boots off and put some flip-flops on and go wade in the water of the creek. He's going to hang this left right here, and the number 66 Husqvarna mounted rider, Casey Cochran, will nail down a moto win. That's one. He goes, that's one, boys.
One.
Start counting them off. Start clicking them off.
Does he go up by 1 each time? Is the next time going to be
2, then 3. That's how you do it. That's how I would do it. I'd be so cocky. Good Lord, if I ever won one. You better watch out. Wheel that machine right on up there. There's Hope from Fly Racing getting the shot for the social media crew. Nicely done, Hope. Waiting on the rest of the gang to roll in. Looking for Drew Adams, Enzo Timmerman.
Yeah, there's
the rest of the boys. That's a comfortable lead.
So Adams does pick up second at the flag. Was 20 seconds down in the end, but still a great ride. Timmerman rounds out the podium behind him. We're still waiting for everybody else to finish this off, but it does appear it will be peppered from Kiefer, Janik, Bernard, Best, Borges, and Jordan Renfro. Still got guys battling into the sand, though.
That was Logan Best just hucking it past about 3 guys. That was impressive. Drew Adams, 15 years old, something to think about. Cochran, 17, so he's probably a year ahead of where he'll be next year. So everything's relative. It's a beehive of activity of those guys trying to cool off. There's some of that Joe Shimoda signature Fox gear. There's Aiden Kiefer.
That's his dad, Chris, right there, taking care of the bike.
It up there.
Jumped right off.
I don't blame him, man. They got to get those kids in those chairs, get them cooled off as we get ready to heat it up on the podium with the ugliest announcer in all of motorsports. We'll take it down to Jason Wygant, who's going to have a word with our winner.
Well, I don't want to jinx it down here, gang, but it is downright nice out right now here at Loretta's. Good time to have some motos. Got some cloud coverage. What the heck? And if it gets hot later, don't say I jinxed it. That's just the odds here at Loretta's. It's going to come and get you at some point. That's not on me. Speaking of hot, this dude has been it all year. Supercross Futures champ, won the Combine at Redbud, and now he's got himself a gold medal to start the week in 250B. Casey Cochran. Are you feeling good out there? It looks like you are.
Yeah, feeling great. Bike's great. We've been riding good. It's been a good year, and happy to come out with a moto win. I don't think I've ever won a first moto here, so it's good to get her up on the box early.
We were talking to Malcolm Stewart during that moto. He says you're on the full program, no different than the pros, to get ready for this.
Oh yeah, we're running 30+2s every day, grinding, and it's putting in the work, and it's showing here, obviously, and I'm stoked about it.
Awesome. All right, Casey, who do you want to thank?
Yeah, my mom, my dad, Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe out there. My whole team behind me. My mechanic Grizz, my grandpa and his crew are here watching today, and yeah, to come out and win in front of some friends and family, it's amazing. But the whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing team, Baker Factory, Alden Baker, Mike Brown, he's here somewhere, and yeah, we're just putting in the work, and I'm happy to have it show off here.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the gold. Let's hear it for Casey Cochran. Like you said, had never won a first moto here, so that's a good way to get it started, but there's definitely going to be competition coming in the B ranks. We got a pair of Kawasaki riders in second and third, so we'll bring up Drew Adams, who finished up second in that moto, and then Enzo Timmerman, who was third. Here comes Drew. And also congrats out to the number 45 on the Yamaha, Edwards. We'll bring him up to get the whole shot award as well. Come on up there, Drew. We'll also bring Hayes Edwards up when he has a chance. But let me hand out the silver medal for the number 30 of Drew Adams. Good job, man. You had to do some work, had to make some passes. How was it?
Yeah, I definitely didn't have the best of a start. I just kind of creeped my way around the inside, and track's really beat. They're tilling it deep here at Loretta Lynn's. I mean, that's what it's for. And yeah, I made a bunch of passes, but once I got to the front, Casey was gone. He's a really good. He's riding really good right now, but we'll figure it out the next moto.
And I was talking to him. He's working at Baker's factory. Tell everybody where you're putting in your work and the level that you're trying to go to.
Yeah, I'm training down in Dade City, Florida with the Lawrence brothers right now. The really good program, Michael Byrne, Chance Hymas, Tyson Johnson, all of my buddies, all my best friends, and yeah, they're helping me to get where I am. It might not be there right yet, but I'll be there.
Who do you want to thank, Drew?
I'd like to thank Jesus Christ for keeping all the dirt bike riders safe here. My whole family, my mom and dad, my pops, my sister, Monster Energy, Team Green, Kawasaki for helping me with everything I do. The boys down in Dade City, Fox, Oakley, Aaron and them, Monster Energy, Dunlop, and everybody else that supports me, just a massive thanks to.
All right, let's hear it for Drew Adams, second place. And we'll take third place up on the podium. There'll be a bronze medal for Enzo, who also did some work and had some great lap times coming through traffic. So I'm looking for the 81. And Hayes Edwards, if you're around, we'll give you a whole shot award. A little loud back there. All right, let's hear it for our third place finisher, Enzo Timmerman. Hey, good job, Enzo. You were making some passes out there.
Yeah, I had a pretty bad start, and then I just was working my way through the pack the whole moto, and I was able to climb all the way to third.
Yeah, you happy with that, or you want more than that?
I want more, but it's going to need a better start.
All right, you got the speed, though. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, my grandpa, my whole family, a mechanic rider, the whole crew at Monster Energy, Team Green Kawasaki, Monster Army, Fox Moto, Rental, Maximo Racing Oils, Dunlop, and everybody else.
All right, let's hear it for Enzo Timmerman one more time. If we have Hayes Edwards around, we'll give him the Stasic Whole Shot Award here in the 250B division, and that is a stack class. Give us a second, yeah, and I'll throw it back up at the tower. Not quite yet. I'll give out the Whole Shot Award. The Texas boys are rounding up Hayes, and big thanks to Stasic for handing out a $100 gift card for every Whole Shot Award here at Monster Energy AMA Amateur National. And the B class has really become maybe the most stacked class of all. We do have riders that take totally different pathways once they go beyond here. Some come back as A riders or pro sport. Some just choose to graduate and turn pro early, but 250B is pretty much the last time where they all meet up, and we've seen some great ones through the last couple of years, and these riders that we've seen in the podium are just adding their names to that list. Oh, we got them back here. Hey. Appreciate you coming on back, and let's hand out the Whole Shot Award to Hayes Edwards. Well, how'd you pull that one?
I'm not sure. I think my heart rate was about 180 on the gate, and I just let her eat, man. That was my EBR Performance Yamaha hooked up great off the gate. Ended up pulling that one off, and then had a few tip overs, but we'll regroup and be back for sure.
Who do you want to thank, Hayes?
The whole EBR Performance Yamaha team, SKDA, 100%, Fly Racing, my whole family for backing this awesome dream, and Van Martin, TTMX, and man, just everybody. Thank you so much.
All right, there it is. Let's hear it for Hayes Edwards. That's your Stasic Whole Shot Award. We'll send it back to the tower.